Walter, you brought with you a crosscut of a wooden pipe. And Billy, you sent me a picture of a wooden pipe pulled out of the ground. So I don't know if people know, like, there are wooden pipes carrying your water in some places. And, but at the same time, I imagine, you know, at the MWRA headquarters, BWSC, the systems and the, like, monitoring, the tech is probably pretty sophisticated in terms of how you track things. I know I've been into the Eversource kind of control room up in Manchester, New Hampshire, and it looks like a movie, like all the lights and everything, where are the outages. Yeah, can you contrast a little bit of like very old school tech, like wooden pipes, with more modern tech that you might be using on the job site?
Yeah, so that wooden pipe, it's out in the hall there. That pipe was installed in 1790. It was in service from 1790 to 1830.
Just hold that mic up.
And
yeah, you're good.
It basically was bringing water out of Jamaica Pond down into the city for the people that could afford it. And from what I heard too, it was one of the first pipes that brought water into the Boston Common. So we were doing a job out on the Muddy River in Brookline, right on the bike path there, and we came across that wooden mains, two of them. We cut them out and you know, salvaged what we could. You know, luckily for us, it was a lot of peat and clay in the soil, so they were very well preserved. But as far as like, I don't know, Billy can probably elaborate on it, or Chase, but I don't think there's any wooden mains that are still carrying any water.
Okay.
You know, that was basically a gravity-fed system from Jamaica Pond down into the city. But you know, for us to find that and to bring them back to life and have the joints and stuff was pretty cool. As far as detecting, you know, what's going on in the system, you know, we have an OCC that's monitoring probably, you know, like I said, 53 different communities. We have a SOAR OCC too that's monitoring something like 64 communities on the sewage side. And, you know, like Billy was saying earlier about the news, when we wake up in the morning, I'm praying to God it's Billy's and not us. And I'm listening for the streets, and as soon as I know it's in Boston proper, then I know I'm out of the woods. But there's nothing worse than 5 degrees in the morning, and you're driving to work and you hear, you know, a water main break, or you see it on the news, and you're just dreading it, you know, because it's tough going in the winter. You know, you up to, you know, water up to your knees, and you know, your hands are freezing, and the guys, they hop right in there, and they're fixing leaks, pounding wooden wedges in and welding, and you know, our crews have worked with, we've worked with Billy a lot of times, helping them out, and you know, and doing leak detection and welding and stuff like that.
What are most of our pipes made out of? Maybe you guys out in Boston, but.
So, I mean, obviously we have an old system. We have updated it, I want to say, tremendously over the last couple of years, but you'll come across a lot of cast iron pipes still. That's what they used back in 1800s. There's some lead water services. There's a plastic, we call it tough tube. It's blue. It basically looks like that PEX flexible pipe, but we still come across that. Cast iron's pretty common. Ductile is where we want to be, zinc coated. That's supposed to be the top of the line. Doesn't really rot out, doesn't break. That's kind of where you want to go with it. But I was getting excited when he was talking about these water main breaks of 5 degrees and stuff like that, because when you do get stuff like that and you hear a water main break, a lot of guys dread it. Like, I don't. I still, like, I have a passion for it still, and I love coming to work every day. But these guys are instrumental in helping us out with leaks and kind of just with the welding. We've been going to them for years. We actually just started a welding class at Boston Water and Sewer, which I graduated from about a month ago, and we're going to be bringing the instructor back, which is great. But just working with these guys and kind of getting the experience of watching how their welders weld, and now we'll be able to do it ourselves is pretty good. In terms of like finding leaks and stuff like that, like Walter said, you have like these pressure monitors and all that, but we have equipment, technology. We have these things, they're called geophones. It looks basically like a large stethoscope. It's a big brass ring that you put on the ground with a little plastic. I still like using that. Like, if the water's not surfacing, you walk up and down the street. I always tell the guys, I got the best ears in the business. And you can kind of detect and pinpoint where it is. So that old stuff still works really good. We have new stuff that works good, but the old stuff's still good.
Yeah, all
And
right.
even with the piping, I mean, it lasts over 100 years. That's good craftsmanship.